These are nursery rhymes from a storybook that my mother read me when I was little. Old Mother Goose, when she wanted to wander, she would ride through the air on a very fine gander. Hush-a-bye, baby, on the treetop, when the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby, cradle and all. Although Lydia has changed it to I'll catch you. It's a wonderful verse. Bye, baby bunting. Daddy's gone a-hunting to get a little rabbit skin to wrap up baby bunting in. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and prick it and mark it with B and put it in the oven for baby and me. Ride a cock horse to Banbury Cross to see a fine lady upon a fine horse, a white horse, with rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. She shall have music wherever she goes. Ring around the rosy, a pocketful of posy. 1, 2, 3, we all fall down. Seesaw, Marjorie Daw, Jackie shall have a new master. He shall have but a penny a day, because he can't work any faster. Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in the pot, 9 days old. Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot, 9 days old. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jump over the candlestick. Bow wow, says the dog. Mew mew, says the cat. Chirp chirp, says the sparrow. Caw caw, says the crow. Grunt grunt, says the hog. Squeak squeak, goes the rat. Quack quack, says the duck. And what the cuckoo says, you know. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I've been to London to visit the Queen. Pussycat, pussycat, what did you there? I frightened a little mouse under her chair. Hickety pickety, my black hen, she lays eggs for gentlemen. Gentlemen come every day to see what my black hen doth lay. 3 blind mice. See how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife, who cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a sight in your life as 3 blind mice? Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Hickory dickory dock. Diddle diddle dumpling, my son John, went to bed with his stockings on. 1 shoe off and 1 shoe on. Diddle diddle dumpling, my son John. Wee Willie Winky runs through the town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown, rapping at the windows and crying through the lock. Are the children in their beds? For now it's 8 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I caught a hare alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I let her go again. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, knock at the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8, lay them straight. 9, 10, a good fat hen. Intery mintery cuttery corn, apple seed and apple thorn, wire briar limberlock, 3 geese in a flock. 1 flew east and 1 flew west and 1 flew over the cuckoo's nest. Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With cockle shells and silver bells and pretty maids all in a row. Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her, put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. There was an old woman who lived under a hill, and if she's not gone, she lives there still. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey, when along came a spider and sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. Georgie Porgy, pudding and pie, kissed the girls and made them cry. When the boys came out to play, Georgie Porgy ran away. Little boy blue, come blow your horn, the sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. Where's the little boy who looks after the sheep? He's under the haystack, fast asleep. Jack Sprat could eat no fat, his wife could eat no lean, and so betwixt the two of them they licked their platter clean. Tom, Tom, the piper's son, stole a pig, and away he run. The pig was eaten, Tom was beaten, Tom went crying down the street. Little Jock Horner sat in a corner, eating his Christmas pie. He put in his thumb and pulled out a plum and said, oh, what a good boy am I. Little Tommy Tucker seems for his supper. What shall he eat? White bread and butter. How shall he cut it without any knife? How shall he marry without any wife? Curly locks, wilt thou be mine? Thou shalt not wash dishes, nor yet feed the swine, but sit on a cushion, and sew a fine seam, and feed upon strawberries, sugar, and cream. Polly, put the kettle on, Polly, put the kettle on, Polly, put the kettle on, we'll all have tea. Sukey, take it off again, Sukey, take it off again, Sukey, take it off again, they've all gone away. Oh, the old woman who lived in a shoe. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and sent them to bed. Jack and Jill went out up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Up Jack got, and home did trot as fast as he could caper. He went to bed to mend his head with vinegar and brown paper. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. There was a crooked man who went a crooked mile. He found a crooked sixpence against a crooked stile. He bought a crooked cat, which caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a little crooked house. Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub. Who do you think they be? The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. All of them gone to sea. One misty, moisty morning, when cloudy was the weather, there I met an old man all clothed in leather. He began to compliment, and I began to grin, and how do you do, and how do you do, and how do you do again? If all the world were apple pie, and all the sea were ink, and all the trees were bread and cheese, what should we have to drink? Ba, ba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for my master, 1 for the dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives in the lane. What are little boys made of, What are little boys made of? Frogs and snails and puppy dog tails, that's what little boys are made of. What are little girls made of, What are little girls made of? Sugar and spice and all that's nice, that's what little girls are made of. This is the way the ladies ride, to-tree, to-tree, to-tree. This is the way the ladies ride, to-tree, to-tree, to-tree. This is the way the gentlemen ride, gallop-a-trot, gallop-a-trot. This is the way the gentlemen ride, gallop-a-trot. This is the way the farmers ride, hobbledy-hoy, hobbledy-hoy. This is the way the farmers ride, hobbledy-hoy. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his fiddlers 3. Oh, the Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts all on a winter's day, on a summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole those tarts and took them clean away. The King of Hearts, he called for the tarts and beat the knave full sore. The Knave of Hearts brought back the tarts and vowed he'd still no war. There's some fun riddles. And we have a favorite one back here about hiding in the inkwell. I'm hiding, and no one knows where, for all they can see is my toes and my hair. And I just heard Father say to my mother, but darling, he must be somewhere or another. Have you looked in the inkwell, said Mother. Said, where? In the inkwell, said Father. But I was not there. Then wait, said my mother. I think that I see him under the carpet, but it was not me. Inside the mirror's a pretty good place, said Father, and looked, but he only saw his face. We've hunted, sighed Mother, as hard as we could, and I'm so afraid that we've lost him for good. Then I laughed out loud and wiggled my toes, and Father said, look, dear, I wonder if those toes could be Benny's. There are 10 of them, see? And they were so surprised to find out it was me. That's Hiding by Dorothy Aldous. There is some other fun ones in here that we love so much. But one in particular about cocoa to drink. Let's see if I can find it real quick. We like it. Oh, Mother loved this one. When I was sick and lay abed, I had 2 pillows at my head, and all my toys that beside me lay, to keep me happy all the day, and sometimes for an hour or so I watched my leaden soldiers go, with different uniforms and drills among the bedclothes through the hills, and sometimes sent my ships and fleets all up and down among the sheets, or brought my trees and houses out and planted cities all about. I was the giant great and still, that sits upon the pillow hill, and sees before him dale and plain, the pleasant land of counterpane. By Robert Louis Stevenson. Counterpane is another word for quilt. Oh, so fun ones in here. Do you know the Muffin Man? Grandma's trying to find some favorites. Halfway down the stairs I sit. be able to find it. Oh, there it is. Animal crackers and cocoa to drink. That is the finest of suppers, I think, when I'm grown up. Can have these if I please. I think I shall always insist upon these. What do you choose when you're offered a treat when Mother says, what would you like best to eat? Is it waffles and syrup or cinnamon toast? It's cocoa and animals that I love the most. The kitchen's the coziest place that I know. The kettle is singing, the stove is aglow, and there in the twilight, how jolly to see the cocoa and animals waiting for me. Daddy and Mother dine late in state, but with Mary to cook for them, Susan to wait. But they don't have nearly as much fun as I, who eat in the kitchen with Nurse standing by. And Daddy once said that he'd like to be me, having cocoa and animals once more for tea.